This is going to be a very powerful portal and quantum shared access point that I, Bree, am going to facilitate for us. One of the most common questions that I receive as an energy healing practitioner is that people want to learn how to use, read, access their Akashic Records. The Akashic Records is how I am facilitating healings, whether that be a one-to-one or in a group setting, or an offering such as this. Now, immediately after I started accessing these, my life began to change very quickly. And so, if you are going to be participating in this shared session, I would like you to know that it is possible, it is a more pronounced potentiality that your life will change if you participate in this. So I ask that if you are going to stay, that you take full responsibility for you and your life, your decisions, your health, your well-being. I ask that you know that with everything I ever bring through, it is in the intention to serve the highest and best good of all. This isn't about one particular being. This is about all. Nothing that will ever be transmitted here, conduited here, will assist in the harm of anyone or anything ever. And that is a clear, solid, pure, and foundational pillar of these channelings. So if you are on board and you are prepared to receive the light codes that are meant for you by your higher self through the stream of your oversoul, then simply say yes now. I ask you to not be driving or operating machinery. I ask that you find a seat or a laying position. If there's going to be any gentle movement going on, I would like you to, at the very least, be planted here, grounded here, meaning if you're seated, both your sits bones are planted, and if you're lying down, you're noticing and sensing now all the parts of your body that are connecting to the earth or the plane beneath you. This will ground you. So in this session, I'm going to guide us through a little bit of a beginning practice. Then I will drop in and begin to open up the fields to each of your individual Akashic Records. This is, of course, going to be led by the highest Christed Light Spirit guides that are available to each and every single one of us, that can assist us with anchoring unconditional love, that can assist us in accessing our truth and our divine soul blueprint. So I first want you to have your hands, rub them together. Get yourself grounded, get yourself centered. We're going to open up together in a prayer. We're just calling on the infinite divine creatrix of all life. Calling on our source, higher self alignment. We are calling divine white light into all of the places and spaces, saturating all of the cells, all of the voids, all of the energy. We're intending now very clearly, very strongly, that we will only receive today what is in our highest and best good and the highest and best good of all. We're intending today to offer, and now you may state your name, an opportunity to, with love and care, access their Akashic Records for the highest good of all. I ask now for the archangels to be present, Archangel Michael to protect and anchor and scan the space throughout. I ask now for the portals to be opened to each individual soul's Akashic Records. I call on the 3 strongest and most important guides for each individual being here. I call on you to step forward for each soul here. I'm now being asked to specify that you have your main spirit guide here that will be presenting to you in the way they are now. You also have your ascension guide here, who is presenting the way they are to you now. And you have your inner child, which also serves you as a spirit guide here now. We can also refer to this as the divine child aspect of our divine soul blueprint. This inner child spirit guide carries with you across all experiences. And now we're being asked to place our focus on this inner child guide now. We're being asked to remember that play is natural to us. We're being asked to remember that our inner child guide is the best helper for times of isolation and loneliness. This guide is the best helper for when you feel that you are acting from wounding. This is also the best guide if you can sense another acting from wounding. It is their inner child that you are interfacing with, which is why this guide will have the ability to help you. Each of you will be having a different experience at this time of the records. And I ask you to let go of any need for a one sensation perspective. You may scan how this feels. You may scan how it looks or how you feel, sense, notice that it looks. But feel beyond those immediate senses. Feel from your spiritual sense, the spiritual element of your being, to receive in the Akashic Records. Your main ascension guide can assist you in soul development and the ascension process. The Ascension Guide is here to walk you through the shadow work and invite you into the courageous work you will be blossoming into. Your main spirit guide is that of the highest version of you, accessible to you in every now moment. This is why your main spirit guide may change. Your main spirit guide may present to you from your Pleiadian energy in one chapter of your life and from your Lyran or Arcturian or Andromedan energy in another chapter of life. Let this be. And know that there is divine intelligence to this connection. Notice now, dear children of the cosmos, as geometries are painted around your being in this space. Simply allow. When you are in the Akashic Records, it is important that you allow. For once the flow begins to cap or tap off, you will no longer be accessing your records. You'll be accessing the blocks in between you and these records. So allow for everything to be scanned and released. Let it surface and subside, surface and subside, surface and subside. Many of you, in scanning you all now, you're bringing very specific questions to your records. So the quantum shift you may take there is simply to tune into the records, asking for the message of your highest and best good for the day, or for the week, or for the month. Call upon these three guides to step into the space with you. But don't walk into the records with your ego on, because you will be quickly booted out. We take you to a prompting of when you are receiving from a true mentor, a true loving mentor or guide. You're asking them the questions of the things you're confused about in life. Should I go this way? Should I go that? Should I quit this job? Should I end this relationship? Is this person for me? Is this friend serving me? Is this dynamic serving me? Please know, dear child, those are ego questions. Relearn this lesson after almost 6 months of accessing the records with such questions, each time to be taught a new lesson. So you see, we encourage the curiosity, the self-inquiry. We do. And what you will notice is that we ask you the right questions. And we often answer your questions with questions. If you want a quick fix, an immediate answer that you know to be solid and real, that is something that you will develop through self-trust. Many of you trial and error. And as some of you are off exploring your records with your guides, and some of you are simply taking it all in, we offer you this realization that you are a quantum, infinite, multi-dimensional being. Yes, you have many layers. Yes, you have many expressions operating simultaneously through the wave of your oversoul. But we ask you not to get stuck in any of the layers or in any of the themes or in any of the patterns. Have an openness come in from your heart, and you will not have the ability to be steered wrong. Many of you will learn and remember what unconditional love is through this process. And we also suggest that you may utilize practitioners that you feel a heart resonance with to assist you in the beginning. But you must also know that it is something that is unique to you. And it is not something that can necessarily be taught, because it is something you are remembering. You've been here before, and you'll be here again. We ask those of you in this transmission that have experienced an NDE that you access your records about this. Even if you sense that you've experienced something like this, access your records about this. You are all going through a major transition. Having these resources, having these tools will assist you. You will likely doubt yourself and your ability in the beginning, but carry forth. Be consistent. And call on your guides to support you. You have the key code. It is embedded in this transmission, but you must explore it consistently. That is the key. Over time, you will feel yourself soften. Over time, you will feel the pain melt into a childlike wonder to learn. The records are now being closed. We are all now being lovingly taken back to this present moment, this infinite present moment. Your energy is staying with you, my energy is staying with me. We're now just going to collectively offer gratitude to all of the guides that presented today in this session, to the quantum access portals and points that were accessed in this session as made available by our divine infinite source. I'm now having Archangel Michael move through the fields and ensure that everything is tidied up. Everything that was worked through today, that was transmuted today, that was alchemized today, it's all just being lovingly supported. And all the records are being sealed. Yes. I'm not going to share very much to close this, because I'd like you to sit with the energy as long as you may need. I want you to know you can come back to this transmission in the beginning steps of you accessing these records for yourself, for your soul, and for the highest good of all, remembering that we came here to be bridges, and our version of heaven on earth, someone else's version of heaven on earth, as we all are tuning into these and anchoring them here, we do so without any need for another being to behave in a certain way. We let go. We remember our sovereignty. We remember our truth. And we have our guides support us to fill in the gaps, to fill in the blanks. And we always do this with the core intention of unconditional love. That is the most important foundation that will allow this all to serve. I thank you for being here. Please know that this transmission will also be included in my energy healing membership. This is a membership that I have at a very fair price right now, and this is a great way for you to sample the energy and enjoy these spaces for very low risk. I also have many other offerings if you're ready to really jump in, master your energy. It's a rapid transformation, 6 weeks. But all of that will be linked below, and I thank you for being here, for sharing this space with me, for allowing me the ability to scan your energy and assist you in this way. I appreciate you more than I can ever express. So I love you all, and do check out all those offerings if you're feeling a resonance here. Take a deep breath in. Namaste.